Now, what is that I was discussing about is the applications of calculus. Calculus is used mainly in science and engineering. And as you know, in physics, you might have applied the velocity, acceleration, and current in circuit, and all these uses the differential calculus. And now, to calculate the position of the stars also, it is the calculus is used, and these are all applications I'm discussing about just to create interest in you about this calculus and to create awareness in you about these applications. I have collected these pictures here to calculate position of the stars also. The differential calculus is used. Similarly, in astronomy, if you take the sun, if you take some Mars has come very nearer to Earth, some moon has come very nearer to Earth. Like that, you see the news. Then how it happens and what is the how do they know that it has come very nearer to Earth and all? And when they are revolving in the orbits, sometimes it must come very nearer to Earth, and sometimes it will be very far away from the Earth. That means farther point will be there, and the least distance point will be there. So all these are calculated using calculus only. Under the limiting conditions, first of all, we take the limits and then we will move on to the continuity, differentiability, and then the applications of differentiation. In the applications of differentiation, you have tangent, normal, subtangent, subnormal, and in this one, we will have the skew lines application. You will better understand in this case why the case of skew lines come here. Skew lines are the lines, they are neither parallel nor intersecting. They are neither parallel nor intersecting. So skew lines case is not there, no? If the skew lines case is not there, what happens? The planets will collide with each other at some point or other. So because the case of skew lines is there, even though they come very nearer, they never collide with each other. So all these are calculated, all these are using differential calculus only. This is what I'd like to tell you here. So to calculate position of the star means it is astronomy only. Similarly, the position of planets, this astronomy. And in this one, differential calculus is used. Even in the space travel also, differential calculus is used. And whatever you are learning in your 11th and 12th the basics and their applications are many more applications are there of the differential calculus. Generally, every year the students used to ask me, sir, we are learning limits. What is the purpose of limits, sir? What is the purpose of derivative and all this? Definitely, there is a purpose of everything what you are learning. Only thing is, these applications are in higher level. These applications are in higher level. That's what you have to understand. Even for navigation, longitude, the navigation also, this one, differential calculus is used. Okay. Similarly, you can see the calculus is everywhere. Calculus is everywhere. So similarly in sports, you see this cricket is a mania to all the students. Okay. So the cricket, if you see, to calculate pitch of the ball, also calculus is used. The commentator and whoever is calculating may not be knowing that because it is totally computerized. Whatever the result they want, computer gives. But to write that program in the computer, the programmer uses calculus only, which we don't know. We see the result simply on the screen, but there is a lot of work behind it to program it. To program it, the differential calculus is used by the programmer. So to calculate pitch of the ball and all this, the differential calculus is used. And calculus in biology, you will be surprised really. Backbone length, skull length, measured by calculus only. Why is it so? They are all non-uniform curves. If you take the skull now, it is non-uniform. Just check it out. It is non-uniform skull. And even the backbone length, it is non-uniform. What I mean to say by non-uniform, what happens in differential calculus particularly, what is that we do if you differentiate the function, that will be divided into very, very small part of geometry. That is what you have to understand. It will be divided into very, very small part of geometry. What is the smallest part of geometry, please? Anyone? What is the smallest part of geometry?
Point.
Point. Yes, it is a point. So, through differentiation, what we do, we make the function into very small part of it. That is, we express it as a point. So, when you are differentiating any function, you are getting the smallest part of it, means you are getting every point and any point on the curve. You are getting every point and any point on the curve. So, if you need a particular point, then we read about that particular point. That is the application of a slope also like that. If you take the slope of a straight line, slope of a straight line is uniform throughout. Everyone knows that. But if you take the slope of a circle, you cannot say that. If you take the slope of a parabola, ellipse and hyperbola, that slope is not uniform because it differs from point to point. Slope of the circle differs from point to point, parabola, ellipse and hyperbola, and any curve if you take other than straight line. Any curve you take other than straight line, it differs from point to point. The slope differs from point to point. Then how to do? How to find out the slope? Then we make use of differential calculus. What happens if you differentiate it? It will be expressed as the smallest part of the geometry. What is the smallest part of the geometry? As you said, it is a point. So when it is expressed as a point, then we study the property at that particular point. And what happens in integration? All these points are integrated. All these points are integrated to get integral calculus. So differentiate is nothing but differential calculus to make it into a very, very small part of geometry. Adding all these nothing but integral calculus. So integral calculus, differential calculus. There are many more applications even in biology. Also, like that, the concentration of drugs in a living organism can be answered with calculus. Relation of income, market production, etc. can also be done in finance also. You will have the application of a calculus in economics. Functions and derivatives of calculus are related to relevant concepts in economics. Economic research uses calculus functional relationship, because if you take the share market, the trading, and it varies from minute to minute. Then when it is varying from minute to minute, there is no uniformity. Wherever the uniformity is not there, therever the differential calculus is used to, and that is the reason why you must be knowing in physics also it is said as instantaneous velocity. Instantaneous. Why instantaneous? At that particular point only we talk about that. So all the instantaneous things will be using differential calculus. So like that, the calculus in economics is also used. So credit card companies use calculus for monthly payments. Why? Because if there is a late charge or late payment charge and whatever is there, and per day they calculate the interest, then in that case also they make use of the calculus. Okay, particularly differential calculus is used for the instantaneous purposes. Okay, so therefore the differential calculus is involved everywhere in humans' life. Don't think that it is only what we are learning. All these are formula and we are doing only, we are solving the problems only. No, not that. These are the basics you are learning here, and to apply them further in your future studies, you will be applying this differential calculus. So That's about the introductory part of differential calculus. And then we will start the next session with functions, then limits, then continuity and discontinuity, then differentiability, and then derivatives problems, differentiation problems, and then applications of derivatives. Applications of derivatives involves the tangent and normal, rate measure, maxima and minima, errors and approximations. This is differential calculus. We will continue in the next session. Okay. See you all in the next session. Bye bye. Have a good day, please.
Thank you.
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.